saints, ain'ts, and everybody in between, if you, like I, are guilty of saying problematic statements like God cannot give you more than you can handle, God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, it's time to repent, y'all. And if I've ever said that to you, I'm sorry, sis, that was trash. But here's why. Honestly, that statement is not biblical. It's not biblical because, first of all, throughout the Bible, you see God giving his people more than they can handle. Think about Moses in Numbers 11. He was like, you need to give us meat, you know. I cannot carry the burden of all of these people on my shoulders. I can't do it. If you're going to treat me this way, just kill me. Elijah, Jonah. You see Job in chapter 3, 11 to 20. He's like, why was I even born? You know, like, why didn't you kill me when I left my mother's womb? Why didn't you ghost me then, you know? Um, so many examples of just people having more than they could bear, you know? And so it's just not true. It's not a biblical statement. And I think it comes from 1 Corinthians 10:31, I think, or 13, where it talks about God will not give you more temptation than you can handle. But he's specifically, you know, addressing sin. Like, that's a straightforward maxim towards sin. It's not a wax over of life and how life comes at you. So I just think it's really, really important to just guard our hearts and just even our thought patterns against statements that we say that sound accurate but are actually not biblical. The other thing is, we usually say, like I have said it to people when they're in like pain or going through something, and when you say something like that, what you're inversely trying to say to the other person is, why are you not able to handle this that God has given you? What's wrong with you? When in essence, that's not it, you know. And then the third thing is, it takes away the attention from the one who carries us through. It points us to the idea that we're self-sufficient and able to overcome even heavy burdens. When the truth of the matter is, it's only Christ who helps us carry. I'm not saying we're not resilient or strong or able to withstand large amounts of pain. I'm saying there's pain that paralyzes us and hurts us to the core, that only Christ deserves the glory of picking us up because it was more than we can bear. We see the Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 1 in verses 8 and 9. He says something very, very profound. Let's see if I can just find it really quickly. Look, I do not want you to be deceived, in essence, you know, about the realities of the pains that they saw and how Christ got them out of it. And this is what he says. He says, for we do not want you to be ignorant, brethren, of our trouble which came to us in Asia, that we were burdened beyond measure, above our strength, so that we despaired even of life. He's saying, yo, things got so real that we're like, why are we even alive? And here's the thing that he says next in the next verse. He says, yes, we had the sentence of death in our lives, that we should not trust in ourselves, but in God who raises the dead. That's the key, y'all. That we're not self-sufficient. We have a God who raises the dead. We have a God who is responsible and deserves all the glory through all the pain and suffering that we have carried over the years. And the thing is, we know people, and we are those people who are going through certain things that beyond we can bear. You ask yourself, like, how is that child being raped by their father or grandfather? That's something that child cannot bear. You know, there's war in Syria. You know, they're still trying to do slavery in Libya. Those are things that those people cannot bear. And to say that God does not give us more than we can bear is an absolute lie. And we need to guard our hearts from believing things that sound accurate but are actually not biblical. So that's my encouragement to you, that you look to him and not yourself.